Ar galėtumėt pakomentuoti šviesiai žalią plotą šalia pilies, kokios jūsų yra nuostatos jūsų projekto artimiausiai pilies teritorijai?
You mean this area around here? We just really want to keep it open and give it to the castle as a public area, as a public space. We mentioned it in our mid-presentation actually as a nice dense meadow, which actually means that we really think that this should be an open spot with grass and green, and not trying to design this area, just using it as an open spot, but which could also, of course, be used for cultural events, using on that spot next to the castle, and also next to our cultural building that is appearing on the front of it. Also, the route from the footbridge. These buildings are making a sign towards this area, that they're also sort of a back of the plan, but also front towards this side, so that we give an open view also for these buildings, for example, an hotel, and on the bottom side, public functions that have the open view towards the river.
Ar galėtumėte trumpai pakomentuoti pastatų aukščius? Ar vienas aukštis prie pilies, pietuose prie Gertrūdos gatvės ir rytuose prie buvusio transporto žiemą? Pastatų aukščiai. Metrais arba aukštais?
Really meters. I'll just go back to the scale, this one I think, where I can show it best. Only the castle is on this side. From this view that we needed to make disappearing within the trees and not within the buildings. The buildings that are straight on that plot over here, so on that first spot, I can also just point it out briefly on the plan area. So around here it's all just residentials and commercial with about 3.5, 4 layers going towards the river. But really on the edge of the old town and towards the castle is just 3 layers. And going up again, as we said, with the higher density over here, if I recall it correctly, is the highest building, is not the first one from the ridge, but in the middle is 9 layers high, and this is actually the more high area. So if this one would be 9, these are 6, 5, 4. And the building into the river is just a bit lower as these.
Dar klausimų? Paaiškinkite, prašau, Jonavos gatvės sprendinį šito bulvaru. Dviejų zonų čia sudarėme, kaip supratau, transporto ir pėsčiųjų. Ar nedubliuos šitas pasažas to pasažo vidinio, kurį jūs projektuojate?
Sorry. You're meaning the identity of this street together with the inner passage? Yeah. Now, we presented this street first as our main shopping commercial street, but through the comments and also, of course, with looking further into detail of the plan area, we weren't satisfied with this idea because it is only on that side where you can make shops, and that's not how a real main shopping street works. You would like to have on both sides of the street shopping areas, and of course we don't want to build on this side, and we also need the connection to the old town with traffic. So we emphasize that this is the entrance street, with also some shops in this area, a bit more also combined mixed use with small offices and residentials. Just walk up to the functional scheme. I hope you will see it. So from the functional scheme you can actually see that this is a mix from entrances to parking garages, entrances to the residential apartments above on this edge, and some smaller spots of offices, but also some shops which have actually the width that they can have an internal connection. I hope I point out a good one, for example, yes. Like these ones where the length is not that big, that they can have actually both accesses from Shopping Passage internal and also from this side. So you also would have not formal or informal connections from these streets towards this side, and even also here is an entrance to the courtyard, also through the buildings. So that makes that we also have a couple of connections from this street towards the inner passage. And what makes the inner passage totally different is that this is really only commercial on both sides all the time, starting up from here. Commercial routes going through the passage, going through or next to the IK shopping market, crossing a small street, but because of the covering, the brown is the covering of the passage. But because you see the covering of the passage, you just know that the route extends and going underneath the building and going further over here, where you really have an inner courtyard with shopping all around, and of course in the existing building. We actually also made on the ground level a small route from this courtyard through this top building to the pier. And of course it's extending over here, but the main thing is that it is lower on both of these sides of the shopping passage, and it is commercial only. I hope that answers.
Ar dar yra klausimų KSM Trans komandai? Nėra klausimų. Dėkui KSM Trans ir